lots and lots of talk recently about eDiscovery products coming out with now with Gen AI. And I think we need to be careful because we need to ask, what is that Gen AI doing in this particular tool? As Tara said, it's good at analyzing and synthesizing and summarizing data. So if you give it a certain number of documents and say, can you summarize what's here? It would be very good for that task, likely. It would be helpful if you have no place to start for your search terms to ask the tool to generate an initial list of search terms for you. Where I think we have to be very, very careful is I've read a lot of people saying this is going to take over for TAR, technology assisted review. It's now going to be TAR 3.0 and we don't need TAR anymore and stuff like that. I'd be very, very careful because ChatGPT is not a classifier. Although there are Gen AI classifiers that are out there, ChatGPT was not designed for that purpose of classifying documents as responsive or not responsive. And I've had several graduate students who come marching in to tell me how they are going to, wipe the floor with my logistic regression algorithms. And a year later, they go crawling back out with their head sort of between their legs because they're not able to do it, because these tools are not particularly good at classification. But they are good for other tasks. And I'll let some of my colleagues talk about those other tasks.
So I think where we're at right now with some of these eDiscovery providers, and just so that we're all on the same page here, what we're talking about is right now we do our traditional eDiscovery. We talk to custodians, we find out where the relevant data is, we find out where those sources are, we procure them, we upload them into some eDiscovery platform. And so what some eDiscovery vendors have now done is inserted generative AI tools into their existing products. And so instead of using traditional keywords, what some of these tools purport to do is that you will enter a prompt just like you would do in ChatGPT, and the prompts would find the responsive documents for you, would tag them as responsive or not responsive. And some of these eDiscovery tools also now purport to be useful in tagging for privilege, as well as identifying personal identification, personal information and health care information, and go into redacting. So let me stop there. There's a number of things going on here. One is, and sort of tying back to our conversation just a moment ago about TAR and traditional keyword searching, this is going to prompt some inquiry here. What is the tool doing in identifying for responsive documents? How are we going to verify those responsive documents that were found? Are we still going to have to do traditional sampling to determine whether or not anything was left out? The efficiency of privilege review is, I'm not sure that's quite ready for prime time. And so that needs to be checked very carefully. But ultimately, where we may be headed in all this, and I'll turn it over to Tara for her comments, who knows, this stuff is moving fast, but we may get to the point here in the short to midterm where very large corporations, because this will still be expensive at the onstart, large corporations are likely to embed AI tools into their existing IT systems. And then instead of doing the traditional custodian search and source search, you'll do a prompt into the IT system asking for it to secure all the responsive relevant documents. And needless to say, you can already figure out there's going to be a lot of eDiscovery issues on the horizon.